Hello everybody and welcome to the Manufacturers Cup final here at the Green Hell, the most deadly track on the planet. We are here today in one of the most difficult and longest races I think I've ever done. 5 laps here at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, which took us around 40 to 45 minutes, and we've got a lot of strategies here today. And we're starting P4 in the Ferrari 296 GT3, a very competitive lobby today at the 24-hour Nordschleife layout. And then coming around on lap 1, we got side by side with Max Verstappen, and then went for the move up the inside, had a nice little move going down into the hairpin on the long straight, and then there was big contact going into the corner. I think he just moved over on Spaniard trying to get past, and then Spaniard just before he ghosted. And then coming up here now on lap 1, we get rear-ended into Spaniard again. Tintin and Max Verstappen, these two had quite a big battle, and quite a scrappy one indeed, because they made contact quite a few times. You can see coming down here, quite a lot of contact as Tintin goes across the grass there. I have to lift off to make sure I don't ram into the back of him as we go over the little jump. Now come around onto the extremely fast section, and Tintin loses the back end in front of me. Here now we're coming into the fast section, I'm right behind him, and he started on inters, which obviously I didn't know, so he has to brake earlier for corners because he can't steer and brake at the same time on inters. So that was, yeah, just very unlucky incident. And then lap 2 it started to really come down, and you can see why I struggled so much. I dipped it just on the curb and just couldn't even get control of the car after the spin. I had an idea. If I turn my TCS up to 5, I could have better throttle control than everyone else on exit, because it would do it automatically instead of me having to do the throttle control myself on low traction settings. But this did help massively compared to when I was running on traction 1. And you could see how much contact there was behind me as the people who box for inters on lap 1 just carving through everyone. Yeah, I don't think there was one car who didn't have contact with another car there. It was carnage. And then Vax just hit Spaniard in front of us. Not sure what's going on here. Yeah, and coming up on lap 4, the Swiss guy in front of us, he was also on hards, just struggling on that dry line. Everyone who pitted for hards was already struggling quite a decent amount on the dry line, just trying to keep it on there because the wet line had so much standing water still at this point. I mean, we can see it on board with Max Verstappen. He's going wide as well onto the grass through the fast sections of the track. It's just you dip it slightly off and the car just can't handle it. And yeah, it just sends you miles offline. But I think this is the time to pit because our inters are pretty much dead. But eventually we managed to come through with a very nice P3. Thank you all so much for watching the Manufacturers Cup final. I hope you all enjoyed. Eventually we managed to finish 17th overall for Ferrari, which is my best finishing position ever. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the Nations Cup.